Hey everyone, how's it going? Let's aim for a 5 to 10 minute video here because we've got some news for 030, but not much. So we're going to go through what they've talked about and map that to what we might be able to expect or what we can and cannot expect for 030. So there was this post on Reddit that was summarized by Sir Gog, which was around the Chinese interview with Jonathan, and there was also something that they've released as well, which gives us a couple of pieces of information. Now the first piece, and the most important piece, is we're getting 030 on August the 29th. That is later in the month than they hoped. They're talking about this being a really large update, and they're talking about other constraints. I imagine this constraint that they're alluding to is the last Epoch release, which is the week before. They don't want to step on those toes, but equally they also don't want to release any earlier than the 21st because maybe they'll miss the mark on things, and it sounds like they've got a pretty tight timeline. So yeah, we're getting it on August the 29th. It's going to be a fresh economy, a new league. The content that comes with 030 is only going to be in that league, so that's a slight difference from 020. So if you were used to staying in standard and being able to enjoy the new content, then obviously that's not going to happen this time round. Outside of that, they don't really talk about too much else. Let's talk about what came out of this interview with Jonathan in the Chinese market. Lots and lots of stuff, but only a few of these things actually kind of pointed to 030. So let's look at that. We're just going to look at the 030 pieces here to keep this video short. So they've got a 030 goal, which is a good thing, but it's maybe coming at the cost of a class falling out of 030. Now, unfortunately, I'm a bit of a glass half empty kind of guy at times, and I'm thinking that maybe means that we don't get a class for 030. So there's possibly that expectation, and that would be very sad. But they've said it. We should maybe buckle up for that. The other way that you can interpret this is maybe they were going to release 2 classes and now 1 class is falling out of that. That would be great. At least we're going to get 1 class. We just don't know. We also don't know what class it would have been or will be. We know what class or a couple of classes that it won't be, or almost certainly won't be. It won't be Shadow and Daggers, almost certainly. They've mentioned this long time ago and said that that's going to be closer to release rather than early access. And they've recently mentioned that Swords and Duelist are going to be at or slightly before release, which means that we're probably not getting that in 030 either. If you want to guess about what classes it could be, if any, it's probably something like Druid, maybe Marauder with axes, but again, nothing on what it would have been or will be for 030. So, okay, we might not get a class in 030. What are we getting? Well, we're hopefully getting, or we should be getting, given that this is their goal, more build diversity by them improving underperforming skills, improving underperforming ascendancies. So what Jonathan has said is he doesn't want us to worry about picking up a skill that might not scale. We don't have to figure out, oh, will this scale or not, because they'll all scale, or the vast majority of them will scale. I think this is a good thing. Yes, it's going to come at cost of some content potentially, maybe a class, which is a bit worrying. But that being said, that's what they've announced. So just to clarify, just to like summarize, 29th of August is when we're getting the release of 030. You will have to take part in the new league to experience the new content. Their stated goal is the skills and ascendancies that are underperforming will be brought in line such that they scale with the end game. There may not be a class in 030. We don't know what they actually meant by the goal of 030 might come at the cost of a class falling out of 030. But for the moment, set your expectations at that level, which is you might not get a class, we might not get a class. That is about it. That's all we've got so far. Hopefully we'll get more as we get closer to the 29th of August. When we do, when we see something, we'll get another video out. If you've got any questions, queries, or anything like that, please stick them down below. Feel free to give me a subscribe if you feel that it's deserved. Maybe even come and visit me on Twitch under Father Exile. It would be great to see you there. Trying to build a community where people want to talk about PoE2. All of the things that I've talked about here might seem a bit lukewarm, but I do love the game. I'm really hoping that we get a lot more build diversity in 030, and I'm super hoping that we actually get a class. What do you think we should get? Please comment below, and I will catch you either in the next video or on my Twitch stream. Thanks very much for watching. Do appreciate it. Have a good one.